region have seemed to cross paths with me. So, sorry, I'm being a little timid.
I don't even know why.
So,
speak up.
but yeah. So I've just been noticing that it's been just kind of clicking in with the women from the European region. So, and it's been making me like even sometimes physically see the contrast, even between like skin color and all of that. Like I have someone that like she's not like her and I are not in anything, but I consider her like my friend that we can just talk and then have sex and just talk again.
Fuck buddy.
Oh, friend with benefits, huh?
I guess you could say that. and she's a soul sister, has locks and everything, and has the clip hairs.
Oh, she's white.
No, she's black. She's black. She has
okay.
locks and everything.
Oh, okay.
And
Oh, okay.
And
she has a clip piercing. Oh, okay.
Yes, hallelujah, God is good, thank you.
Alright, continue. I like the long walk that we're getting through this experience.
So when her and I have sex, it's very like passionate and it's powerful, and I can see like metaphysically of like black love, and and we both got our locks flowing, and it's just sexy. It's awesome, like it's just soulful looking, and I can feel it, and I can feel the magnetism of it. It's one energy, powerful energy. But then I also know that with having, and I've had sex with like Asian, Spanish, like different ranges of those kind of things. So those are more neutral. I'd say. But then I put that white on the other spectrum of it, because it's, and I realize now of like what it is about sex that I've enjoyed more. Of course, I enjoy the physical part of it, but usually physically, men are doing the work in certain aspects of it. So and it's physically very vigorous work for us if you're doing anything. So, with
I'll let that one go, guys. I'll let that one go.
so with what am I about to say? So so I realize that there's certain aspects about it that I like more, of like the sound. I'm a very like verbal, like I like the auditory of it, and like even of like the wetness sound, like that, just like those kind of sounds really have me going. It's probably as well as other things.
Let me go on.
Kind of like it's like an ego stroking. So I realize it's an ego stroking, and my phallic, my dick getting stroked, penis getting stroked, whatever you want to call it. So. Or I prefer like a wand, because I like to think of it as like wizardry and magic, and then you can start to go into deeper elements, but that's another topic.
Okay.
So when it then comes into like the physicalness of it, it's very, and this is also very tricky to navigate, because this is a new term that I've recently come into, where they were saying that some black men, when they have sex with white women, it's a certain aggression to it because of like an anger that's being taken out. And then I realized that, and also now coming into a deeper understanding of all women, of now a woman's threshold is much higher, the pain threshold is much higher than a man's. It just depends on emotionally how charged up she is and what her physical settings are, or elements are.
That's true.
So it then kind of allows for me to explore sex differently with them, and like how I perceive with lovemaking. Like I'm a very intimate I realize I'm an intimate lover, and I think sometimes women think that as like love and attachment and like this all this other stuff, but I'm just a very like in the moment person. So if I'm like here and we're doing this, then it's like why not just like be intimate? But sometimes they just want to be fucked.
That's
So,
true.
you know, I gotta serve it up. Make sure the Yelp review is correct. You know.
Feel me?
And the plumber is here. So no. So and then it's then it kind of goes into like that ego-ness of it. So I don't know. There was just a moment when I was having sex and it just I don't know why I've had sex with other white women, but this time it just kind of like it almost felt like a flashback, like to a different like for me personally like a different historical lifetime of like it just felt very like conquering, and then even like the elements of like hearing them because women sometimes say oh God like so it's also like men are hearing that too, so I can see also how that can be very tricky as a spiritual being in a body, where if you convolute the God being said to you versus God being said to God, then it can get very like that can get addictive for men. That can be very addictive for men. So I then also have to make sure that I'm not getting caught into aspects of that, because it's just very easy to be like, oh, I need an ego boost. Let's go. Like, so oh God! I'm like, thank you. But those are like, that's it. For me, it feels short-lived because it's not reciprocal, because it's a lot of work for me, a lot of calories, and like even in the ejaculation, which I'm not a fan of, then that's it then, taking a physical energy out. I don't mind if a chick swallows. Because I also learned that I'm a fan of PJs. So one of the things that I'm coming to understand, because nice guy, I'm a nice guy, man.
So did you learn that you're a fan of these things with this current soul sister?
No, because I always have a certain level of respect for her.
Okay.
So then this also plays into a
certain level of respect. No. Just answer that question. Did you learn that you loved these things recently? Let's put it that way. Recently.
Well,
did you now fall in love with
Soul
these things?
Sister, I learned that I like chicks with clip piercings. I like that. No, but when I say certain level of respect, it's like, yeah, I get a blowjob from her, but I'm not gonna be like, fucking her mouth up or.
Oh, okay. You save that for your Caucasian ones?
No, I say now that I have a deeper understanding of women. It's not just white women, it's just women. Because what happens is sometimes men are then not speaking up with their women that want to do those more sexual stuff, because for women their pain tolerance is different. The way that they get satisfaction is different. A woman would get satisfaction from seeing a man get satisfaction. So, in a chick saying like that she can have an orgasm from a blowjob, I'm like, what? Let me help you out with that. Let me help you with that. Let me see what that mouth do. Just saying. Oh, and you swallow? Bravo, good performance. Good performance.
Completely out of control.
Oh, round 2, yes, please. Sign me up. Yes.
I'm done, sir. It's different.
And you consider none of that work?
For them? Now,
Because you said how guys put in all the work, but then you speak about all this great head and sign me up for round 2 on the great head. Do you not think that great head is work?
I think it is work.
Noise and water and all of that good stuff.
What you talking about?
Hand action, all of
I
that.
don't know what you're saying.
I can't even see it. I'll
Involving
watch you dance.
everybody.
Exactly.
All 3 of them. Not just one getting the attention. The twins get attention
What?
too. So, is that not considered work? That's the question.
I'll provide a job for you then.
What's the question?
If they weren't that good, then
You're saying
their
that
salary.
out of control.
Especially if it means you don't talk too much. I'm sorry, but
There you go.
that's the wickedness in me. No, if she's
Oh,
seeking positivity,
shit.
she can talk as much as she wants. But if it's just for seeking of attention, that can be challenging. So that's sometimes what it is with being in a relationship. Is as a male, you know that it's going to be a commitment of time, attention, and energy, and financial resources.
Yeah, because the guy always wants the milk, but they never want to bring home the cow.
All of that's not always true.
A lot of time. That's true for Adrian. He doesn't even say no.
I missed that one. I apologize.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, it's challenging because, well, I know that I'm definitely, I dare not say that it's, I understand where the sisters are coming from. I get it. And I know that there's a lot of hurt that was done, and I know that there's a lot of wounds, there's a lot of anger, there's a lot of different things. So sometimes I'm mindful of that with entering into interactions, but usually I'm just finding that typically my day-to-day doesn't necessarily sometimes cross paths with that many black women per se. It does, but
Doesn't cross paths with that many black women. But
I don't think I wanted to go there.
I'm saying he whispers the juicy stuff. So I gotta say it out loud so y'all can hear what he's saying.
I love him though. I love him.
He whispers the juicy stuff. Nah, it's understandable. I mean, in my past, I used to live a life that didn't cross paths with many black men, but that was because I did not want to date black men. That wasn't what I was looking for. It wasn't what I was interested in, and I was just like, absolutely not, will not happen. But for some reason, even though my path didn't cross with black guys, and I was like, I'm not dating them, the majority of my boyfriends are black. It's absolutely confusing. Like,
You go back, you never go back.
I had a black boyfriend, I had a Spanish boyfriend, and I was like, no more, I'm not dating a Spanish boyfriend again. I had a white boyfriend. And then black and Spanish boyfriend is where I rested at. So I was dag on it. I ended up with, what? Didn't I say no to black? I said no to Spanish, and then I ended up with black and Spanish, which is crazy. All I said I wanted was a white guy. Or at least a black and Asian guy, or even an Asian guy. Like, I spent 2 years of my life spending summers in Asia, and I didn't even get an Asian guy. Made good friends with them, but, you know, hey. Sometimes you get what you were meant to have.
Yeah. For me, it's a lot of different factors when it comes to intimacy, relationships, sex, marriage. Marriage is very in its own category, and I have a lot of different thoughts on that. And when it comes to, I